Hi, my name is Antonio Martinez and I call myself an Infopreneur. Infopreneur is a word coined back in 1984 by Harold Whiteson, and simply said is someone who sells knowledge online, meaning courses, books, webinars, coaching, masterminds, etc. Creating and selling courses is a skill that allowed me to build a 7-figure business, and now I teach people how to do the same, how to turn their knowledge, skills, passions, hobbies, experience into a product, an online course, and sell it for a living. Thankfully, I was born kind of fearless when it comes to extreme sports or things that most people consider frightening, such as stage fright, spiders, heights, ghosts, etc. But when it comes to mindset issues and getting out of your comfort zone, I've faced huge fears, such as the fear to speak English publicly, because I always thought that my English wasn't good enough. And the only way I found to overcome this or any other fear is to do it anyway. I practiced a few times in front of the mirror, then I recorded myself talking to the camera, knowing that I was going to delete the video until I convinced myself that I was actually able to do it for real. I found a formula that allows me to stop procrastination and do what I have to do even if I don't feel particularly excited to do it. This formula will transform any task into an addictive activity that you will be eager to complete. You see, I used to waste a lot of time playing video games. Video games are pieces of software extremely well engineered, created with the aid of psychologists to make them as addictive as possible. They are perfectly tuned to help you produce endorphin, dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin in your brain. Those are the hormones that make you feel happy. That's the same chemical cocktail that you get when you're in love, when you get a reward such as a lot of money, or even when you use drugs. No matter the reason of your happiness, it looks exactly the same in your brain. That's why some of us can't stop playing, and most people like to play video games. The life hack here is to make your task look like a video game. That will make your responsibility look more compelling and desirable. So how to do that? Well, the first item on the list is to have a clear goal. You see, when you're playing, you always know why you're playing. The goal is very clear. You need to rescue the princess or save the city or kill an enemy. Having a clear goal keeps you driven because achieving a goal releases dopamine. So video games break the big goal into an almost infinite number of mini goals. That's why there are several worlds to finish with several enemies to defeat, tools or weapons to get, etc. Achieving those mini goals make you feel realized. You're the hero. There's your dopamine dose. So you keep playing. However, in real life, we almost never have clear goals. You go to work, yes, but why? To get a check at the end of the month? But why? Just to pay your bills and wait for the next check. What's your goal in life? What's your purpose? So the first lesson here is to write down your goal. What do you want to accomplish? It is not an easy task to set a life goal, but you don't need that yet. Set your short-term goals, such as lose 10 pounds or save 5,000, write a book. Then split that goal into a lot of mini goals. If it is writing a book, then split that in chapters and those into pages and those into words. You need to get to the point where you have a realistic and achievable goal every day and every hour. You can't write a book in a day. If that's your goal, you will procrastinate on it. But if your goal is to write 500 words, then you can put a check mark on it several times a day. You will achieve your goal. You will have your dopamine dose, and then you will be eager to do it again. The next video game characteristic we want to mimic is a progress bar. But this bar shows the mini goal progress instead of the main goal progress. This way, the game gives you the feeling that you're always about to get something and you're most likely to do an extra effort in order to fill the bar before you call it a day. Mimic a progress bar in real life with a to-do list. You need a visual representation of your achievements. This will keep you motivated. The next happiness hormones dose you get from video games is called rewards. You always get a reward when you complete a progress bar. Some people use this technique in real life, but they do it wrong. For example, when people are trying to lose weight and they successfully complete a week of a strict diet, they reward themselves with a cheat meal, such as a greasy hamburger. No video game will ever do this. The reward you get in a video game is a tool that will always be helpful for your journey, not an obstacle or a setback. A new armor for your character, a new weapon, a new power, a spell, etc. A hamburger is an obstacle in your weight loss goal that will be represented as a decrease in your progress bar. So instead of rewarding yourself with a hamburger, buy a new pair of running shoes, or a smartwatch to count your steps and calories, or a personal trainer, a gym subscription, anything that helps you achieve the goal. Now you need to look at variety. The game is always changing. That way you don't get bored. Every new level is different enemies, different colors, different music, different challenges. A few aspects stay the same, and there's a reason for it too, because even constant novelty becomes boring. You need a balance. You need to feel a little comfortable and a little challenged. In real life, if you have a lot of no-changing routines that make you feel bored, you will need to implement variations to make them interesting, challenging, and make you feel curiosity. Taking the book writing for an example, if you're always writing those 500 words in the same place at the same time, try doing it in different locations every time. Or try recording your voice one day instead of writing. Write with a pen and paper instead of your computer. Listen to different genres of music. Write them with your left hand if you're right-handed, and vice versa, etc. Just find a way to introduce variety into your routines. Lastly, you will never face the worst enemy in the first level. The video game is designed to improve your skills by taking you through a development journey. You will start with very easy tasks, and as you progress, you will be facing more and more challenging situations. So don't overcomplicate things for yourself in real life. I know that in real life we're constantly facing situations that escape our control, and they are hardly optimized and tailored for our skills level. So if your task is too difficult for you, break it down into several mini tasks. And if it's too easy for you, so easy that it's boring, then make it more challenging by setting a timer or doing it without certain tool, etc. Fear is useful sometimes because it is a primitive emotion that alerts us about dangerous situations. But fear becomes a problem when we're not facing a life-risking situation or a physical integrity risking situation, but when we're just haunted by our imaginations, making us feel frightened by harmless things, such as talking to strangers, being on camera, screwing up a business, telling the truth, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of loss, fear of change, etc. When fear becomes pathological, it is called a phobia, and it usually requires professional help. But you can help yourself by accepting it as a part of yourself. I mean, stop trying to fight your fear and feeling guilty because of it. You're scared because you feel threatened. If you fight it, it will become stronger. What you have to do is assess the situation. Ask yourself what it is that you're scared of. Be aware of your physical and emotional reactions to it. This is called mindfulness. Picture the worst case scenario and realize it is really not that bad. I mean, you won't die. Nobody will die. Unless they will, and you're right to be scared about that. But if death is not a possibility, then act in spite of your fear. Don't allow fear to stop you. Start looking at fear as an opportunity to grow, to improve yourself. Your fear is a teacher that's challenging you to go beyond yourself and get out of your comfort zone and learn something new. You're bigger than that. Prove yourself that you're bigger than that. The only way to overcome fear is by facing it. Overcoming your fear is less frightening than feeling powerless forever. Fear is just an emotion. Don't make it so important. Imagine how you will feel when you have conquered your feelings and you're able to do what scares you. Officially, success is finishing something in a satisfactory and happy way. So a successful life, for me, is when you're satisfied with the results you have so far. This doesn't mean that you have to be the winner in every situation. It just means that you either got the prize as a winner or you learned something new in the process. But even if you were unable to end up as a winner or learn something new, if you made someone else happy, that's also a win. I know for experience that buying fancy things won't make you happy. You feel happy when you feel that you're progressing and when you share what you have with your loved ones, when you're able to help and make someone else happy. Success for me is having a happy life, which doesn't mean that you're always smiling. It means that you can be proud of yourself, that you have nothing to hide from your loved ones, that you do what you want to do and you don't feel coerced to do or say anything. You live on your own terms, doing good for you and for everyone else. That's meaningful and fulfilling for you. That's success for me. Thank you.